Everyone's job is important, but no one is indispensable. Chuck Noll's quote brings to mind the current situation between Ben Roethlisberger and Mason Rudolph. Roethlisberger, a surefire future Hall of Fame quarterback, hasn't been shy with regard to discussing the team's decision to use a third-round pick on a quarterback after he told management earlier this offseason of his interest in playing 3 to 5 more A's. Big Ben has received a bevy of criticism from a slew of media outlets for his comments. He's been called selfish, whiny, and a hypocrite after quotes resurfaced about his glowing praise of Tommy Maddox and how he helped shape his career. My take: Ben Roethlisberger did absolutely nothing wrong here. He's a competitor in a competitive field that doesn't give one iota about anything else other than being on a team that's built to win now rather than later. Roethlisberger is 36 years old. He's still an elite NFL quarterback, but the years are running out, and he knows it. That's why you may excuse him for being a little uneasy with the Steelers, a team just 1 or 2 pieces away from being in a Super Bowl, using a third-round pick on the future. You can understand why Roethlisberger, months removed from throwing for 4,251 yards and 28 touchdowns in 15 regular games, wouldn't he understand the team's logic, especially after he told them that he plans to play well into the next decade. I think they believed me, Big Ben said about his conversation with the Steelers. Once they drafted a quarterback in the third, I wasn't sure if they believed me or not. My guess is that the Steelers did believe Ben, but that didn't soften the resolve to draft a quarterback in the third round that they gave a first-round grade to. The Steelers brass has made it clear that they have a lot of belief in Rudolph's potential upside, and that's why they traded away Martavis Bryant and a 7th-round pick to help secure Rudolph with the 76th pick in the draft. He was with a group of the top quarterbacks, Steelers GM Kevin Colbert said of Rudolph, via Laura Kirschman of PennLive.com. That was a really good position. That's very unique to the draft. It usually doesn't come through with a nice group like that. We didn't want to take that risk, Colbert said of moving up to take Rudolph. The move was minimal. We had 2 7th-round picks. To use one of those, we felt it was worth the risk because again Mason Rudolph was somebody that we valued as much as the rest of those quarterbacks that were drafted. Along with a chance to get a first-round quarterback in the first round, the Steelers also selected Rudolph because of Big Ben's current commitment to take things 1 year at a time. Yes, Roethlisberger is saying today that he is considering playing 3 to 5 more years, but it was less than 17 months when he publicly contemplated retirement before returning for the 2018. The bottom line is that the Steelers need to set themselves up for the future while still keeping the team's current championship window open. Roethlisberger may not agree with the team's decision, and that's okay. As a team captain and a 2-time Super Bowl winning quarterback, Big Ben has earned the right to say how he feels about the team's personnel decisions. Actually, transparency is something that Mike Tomlin consistently talks about when he talks about the culture that exists within the team's locker room. That's exactly what Roethlisberger is doing now with regard to Rudolph. Simply put, he's telling it like it is, and he obviously doesn't care if you agree with him or not. Sometime soon, the Steelers minicamp will begin. Rudolph and Big Ben will have the long-awaited introduction with each other. Each one will say glowing things about the other, and the team will have a new storyline that will make this one ancient history. But the one thing to remember from this saga is the apparent desire that Roethlisberger has to win now. Roethlisberger knows firsthand how quickly Super Bowl windows open and close and, given the team's selection of Rudolph, he knows that he and the team need to take advance of their opportunity to win now before Pittsburgh's new era inevitably begins.